Happy 4th of July, everybody. Mike has gone out of town to pick up his grandson in North Carolina, and Mother and Don have gone to eat Mexican food, probably. So I decided I would take a little video and give you just a little bitty tour of where we are. That room right there that you're looking at is the sunroom, and that's where I spend most of the time, well, all the time in the winter. It's got gas heat in there, so it's the only place in the house where I can get warm. And then we got the deck Don built last year, and Mike helped. So there's the deck. And then over out the gate, you will see, and I'm trying to go slow so you don't get dizzy. Here is Don's garage. The open door is his room. The door that's closed, the big white door, is Mother's garage sale room. And then we've got a red barn right there that's going to be tore down eventually. It's in pretty bad shape. And so standing on the back porch, this is our view from the barn. There's a well house and some kind of holly tree. I don't know. I chopped it up so we could walk around the bottom of it. When we got here, the leaves were all the way down to the bottom, touching the ground, and we didn't realize there was actually a well house because it was so covered up. But there's grapevines and muscadine vines growing all through the thing. With it being a holly tree, it gets kind of you get poked picking the berries anyway. And then here is the flower bed, which we just absolutely love so much. You stay in the house all winter long, and it's so much fun to come out and throw the seeds out, and we get to see the pretty flowers blooming. See if I can get you a little closer there. There's a little birdhouse thing I made, a little birdhouse fence. I made that out of plywood. It's covered up pretty good, so you can't see it, but it's pretty flowers. And right on the fence post, let me zoom back out again here. On the fence post here, we've got, we sit and watch the little birds. The white birdhouse, we've had like 3 different hatchings of little birds so far this summer. So we sit and watch the parents, go back and forth and feed the little birds and listen to them chirp, chirp, chirp. So, and then we got the old nasty walnut tree. It's black walnut. They don't taste good. They're hard to get open, and you have to pick them. Oops, sorry. You have to pick them up. And it's a pain. Okay, way down there you see the tall, well, maybe you can't. By the far fence post, we got sunflowers planted over there, a couple of okra plants, tomatoes and cucumbers. And then in this patch right here, got basil, cilantro, which is dying. That brown there in the front is the dying cilantro. More tomatoes to the left. A little water barrel, and it just started raining. We're just about to 3 inches since Tuesday, I think. So here's the raised beds. I've got onions in here and a couple of tomatoes, and this is marigolds that came up again. I didn't plant those are volunteers. They came from what I had planted last year, and they really get huge. They're really pretty. And then the next bed, more marigolds, sunflower, another sunflower, more marigolds. This, I'm going to take you over here. Something is just eat up my kale. Look at the holes. I mean, those leaves are just eat up something awful. And then in the very next bed, more marigolds. And I got 3 squash and some collards. Okay, look at those collards. Isn't that beautiful? I think it's flea beetles, and I've sprayed the plants once, and they seem to do better for a couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden one day I came out here and it's like, oh man. Okay, and here we have a volunteer tomato plant that was a pile of compost, and it gave us a tomato plant. Okay, here we've got Mike planted strawberries. He planted 4 strawberry plants last year, and they send out these little tendrils and make new strawberry plants, and they love those wood chips, man. They are growing so good, but something's eating them. I think it's maybe the little chipmunks that we have. I'm not sure. And here's the back of the red barn. Like I said, it's in pretty bad shape. The tin is all just, it really needed to be tore down. It had real bad termite damage when we got here. Anyway, so there's that. And then I've never grown corn before, but we planted some corn, and so there's the corn. Watermelon. Volunteer watermelon. We did not plant this either. It's I kept cutting the vine, and finally it's like, okay, fine, just do whatever. It just has taken over, and I know it looks like a mess, but that's all grass growing up through there. And on the other side there is the compost pile, one of them. And it's got, I don't know if I can zoom in enough, it's got volunteer tomatoes coming out of it as well, if you can even make it out. These 3 plants here are the mammoth sunflowers. I had no idea. You guys, you gotta look at the size of the stalk. That thing's about as big as my wrist, maybe. I mean, that stalk is just huge. Huge. So got that. Apparently it's supposed to trap the bad bugs like the aphids and stuff, so that's why I stuck those out here. And this spot right here, over on the other side there that you see, that's where, there's Mama Dog. Hey, Mama Dog. That's where all those cucumbers are coming from. I mean, there's just like so many. And then at the front of the screen there is okra. Sorry guys if you're getting rained on. I've got to go in here in a second. And more okra. It's coming up slow. And then I've got a few collards planted over there on the other side where you see it's brown right there. There's collards planted over there. They look a lot better. And there's our little doggies. I showed y'all told y'all about them getting shot, so we have to keep them locked up. I have started letting them out for about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and getting them in about 5, so that, you know, hopefully nobody will hurt them again. And next to their dog pen is a volunteer corn plant that came from the field behind the house. And I'm going to turn the camera around, try to go slow here. Close your eyes. There's an apple tree. This is the field. Right now it's got soybeans in it. And before the soybeans was wheat. And before that it was corn. So can't see the you can't see the soybeans in there right this minute because the grass is so high. And then one more apple tree we planted. So that's pretty much the garden area. That's back at the neighbor's house and more corn. Okay, here we are on the front side of the house. Had an apple tree limb come down, and Don's got that next to the fire pit. Gonna chop that up and burn it. And you got daylilies over there beside the garage. I don't know what that wooden thing is back there. That's like a bunny rabbit hutch or something. It was here when we got here. Anyway, wood chips for the garden and the chair to sit down because you get so hot. And here, isn't that pretty? Mother wanted willow trees, so that tree's doing really well. So there we go to the end. To the end of the driveway. We're at back where the garden was, where is 1,004 feet, and at the end of the driveway is like 996 feet. Here in the front flower bed, this is on the front side of the house. In the little flower bed there, I planted some lettuce. It's getting a little bit too big. It started getting bitter. And then we've got stuff growing in the flower beds here up front. And Mother's got a bed that she put out here next to the flag. Don made the little swivel flagpole thing like they had in Athens. It's got all kinds of neat stuff in it. Needs to be weeded. And then, let's see, let me back up just a little bit here. These are all pecan trees in the front yard. I think we counted like 26 pecan trees on the property. There's Mother getting ready to have a yard sale. She's got everything out there covered up. And then across the street is another field. They've got soybeans planted in that too. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Y'all stay safe this evening and enjoy your fireworks.